This is one of the few times that I'm able to smell something that I hope is close to something that I probably won't ever have an opportunity to smell. A vaulted Creed. Well, on a budget. Let's roll my motherfucking music so I can put you onto this shit, cause it's got a little bit of a vibe.
Sexy motherfucker. We're all alone. Yeah, listen, friends on the south side, in case you cared. Out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Of course, if it's a vaulted Creed and it's on a budget, you know it's from Dua Fragrances. And this one is called Year of 1849. This one is supposed to be a clone of a vaulted Creed, aka you ain't gonna find that shit unless you coughing up some floose, which is Millesime 1849. A fragrance that I have never smelled, so in giving you a side-by-side comparison of this being a clone, I can't confirm that it smells like it. I could only go by how I smell this motherfucker, and it definitely smells like a pretty ass gentlemanly white floral fragrance with a slight rendition, kind of like a hybrid. If you took Creed Royal Oud and really turned down that spiciness of Creed Royal Oud and added more of a white floral and blasted bergamot, I get that vibe from here, but you can't negate that this shit has a powerful ylang ylang white floral vibe that makes it, dare I say, holy, slightly religious. It just feels like a religious retreat or an experience to a holy land. Everyone's dressed in white, really calm, really relaxed, but they haven't bathed in a while and got a little bit of armpit funk, and that's where that oud comes in. So it's like ylang ylang, bergamot, oud, very white floral, punchy, that whole ylang ylang vibe. Creed Royal Oud, kind of, but only like, I did recognize it. I was like, ooh, yeah, but you just gotta chill out with the peppers. That citrus on the opening is super bright and very, very loud. Like, this is a very fall-centric fragrance that is super citrusy loud. But that white floral and that Creed Royal Oud-esque is just fighting that citrus like there's no tomorrow. My favorite part of this particular fragrance, not the original because I haven't smelled it, is the dry down. The dry down is very oudy, vanillic. The bergamot really tones down a little bit, but it stays consistent throughout. And the combination of just the oud, cedar, vanilla, and white floral combination kind of marries itself in a very smooth melodic way, like a nice symphony, a very smooth sade, like, this is no ordinary love. Opening is a little bit but at the end it's kind of like harmonious and pretty and nice. It's very strong on my skin, very mature on my skin. This is definitely a 35 plus fragrance, but does have me curious to smell the original, not only to see how close it is, because really I don't give a fuck about how close it is, but more about what Creed's thought process was at that time creating this type of fragrance, or picturing or trying to see who the individual at that time was who was wearing this type of fragrance. Because right now it's not even hipster, it's just very gentlemanly. I can't see myself wearing this type of fragrance on a social atmosphere. This is completely dress up, or you're going to like a nice cocktail party with a bunch of dudes, or you're going to some, you know, Illuminati meeting, or chilling with your fellow Mason brothers and just conglomerating about, you know, taking over the fucking world. Want to be down? Sign me up. For me, this is a good half a ball spray. It's not a completely versatile fragrance. It is very bright and very mature, but it's very selective to a category. It has to be a gentleman, fully dressed up, above the age of 35, with a particular nose and nuance, carries himself with a particular type of demeanor and respect, and I am not one of them. So for me, only half a ball spray. Even with half a ball spray, that shit is just hitting my nose already. God damn. I love y'all motherfuckers from the heart. Have y'all smelled the original Millesime 1849? Is that shit popping? Is it close to my description? Although my descriptions are all over the place because it's just my interpretation of what I'm feeling, what the nose is getting. The deviated septum has to get. Never mind, I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is? The biggest in the game. Smooches.
Cubaknow, what's fresh? Who's best? Wanna know who's gonna pass the test? Cubaknow.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tag when it's time to call back. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.